Hello. Today we'd like to talk about how to find the inverse of a function. In order to find the inverse of a function, we're going to look at 4 steps. Our first step is to replace the f of x with a y. Replace the f of x with a y. Now we're going to switch the x and the y values. So anything that was an x becomes a y, anything that was a y becomes an x. This seems a little strange. And to be honest, at this point in time, we have actually created our new function, our relationship at least, our relation. From that point, we're going to solve for the y value. And once we're done, especially if it is a function, we're going to replace the y with f inverse of x. Let's take a look at our first example. Our first example is f of x equals 3x plus 7. Our first step was to replace the f of x with a y. Once we replace the f of x with a y, we are ready to switch the x values and the y values. And what I like to do at this point in time is some kind of notation to myself. And I don't know if I've seen too many people do this or anything like that. I like to differentiate between the two different functions that we have going on here. Okay, so I've differentiated from one function. Now that we have switched the x value and the y value, we are going to start solving for the y value. Solving the exact same way we would solve a regular algebraic equation. We get y equals x minus 7 over 3. Our last step then is to take this, if it is a function, which it is, if for every one x input we get one y output, and replace it with an f inverse of x notation. And this is my inverse function. Let's take a time to look at one more. I've changed it up a little bit here. We have a g of x, but our concept's still the same. We're going to take our g of x, change it into a y equals 3 times a 2x minus a 5. Once we do that, we are going to switch back and switch our x's and our y values. Okay. Once again, something that I like to do is I like to kind of differentiate between one function and my new function. When I've switched my x and my y values, I've created a new function. And then to solve for y, I'm going to simplify this side by distributing the 3 and then continue to solve from there. Once I have solved all the way for y, I then am ready to take my last final step and replace this into function notation f. Let's not use f, let's use g inverse of x equals x plus 15 over 6.